The problem isn't you if you're having trouble changing your habits. Your system is what's wrong. You keep doing the same bad things over and over, not because you don't want to change, but because you don't know how to change. You don't reach the goals you set for yourself. You're attached to the level of your systems. One of the main ideas of this book is to look at the whole system instead of just one goal. This is also a deeper sense of the word atomic. You should know by now that an atomic habit is a small change, a marginal gain, or a 1% difference. But atomic habits are not like any other small habits. They are small things that make up a bigger order. Just like atoms are the building blocks of molecules, atomic habits are the building blocks of great results. Our habits make up the building blocks of our lives. Each of them is a basic unit that helps you get better as a whole. At first, these small habits don't seem like much, but soon they build on each other and lead to bigger wins that grow to a point that far exceeds the cost of their initial investment. Both of them are small but strong. This is what atomic habits means, a regular practice or pattern that is small and easy to do but has a lot of power. It is a part of the system of compound growth. Atomic Habits by James Clear. He is a great writer, and he boils down the core of forming habits to their most basic parts, or atomic structure, while showing us how small improvements over time add up to big results. Now, I don't usually say that a book is a must-read, but this one is very close. The book is full of great ideas. It's one of those books that is so good that it's hard to summarize it in 10 minutes. In our first big idea, we'll talk about the math behind plus 1% daily gains. We'll only scratch the surface of all the good stuff, but I can't wait to tell you about some of my favorites, so let's get started. Why tiny changes lead to remarkable results? It's easy to put too much weight on one defining moment and not put enough weight on making small gains every day. Too often, we tell ourselves that if we want to be really successful, we need to do a lot of things. Whether we're trying to lose weight, build a business, write a book, win a title, or reach any other goal, we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to make a big change that everyone will notice. Improving by 1% isn't very important, and sometimes you might not even notice it, but it can be much more important in the long run. It is amazing how much a small change can change over time. Here's how the math works out. If you can get 1% better every day for a year, you'll be 37 times better by the end of the year. On the other hand, if you get 1% worse every day for a year, you'll almost be at zero. What starts out as a small win or a small loss adds up to something bigger. Self-improvement pays off in the long run through habits. In the same way that interest on money adds up over time, the effects of your habits add up over time as well. They don't seem to make much of a difference on any given day, but over months and years, they can have a huge effect. When you look back 2, 5, or even 10 years later, you can see how important good habits were and how expensive bad ones were. The plateau of latent potential. If you find it hard to make a good habit or get rid of a bad one, it doesn't mean you've lost your ability to get better. Most of the time, it's because you haven't yet moved past the plateau of latent potential. If you work hard but still don't get what you want, it's like complaining that an ice cube didn't melt when you heated it from 25 to 31 degrees. Your work didn't go to waste, it's just being kept. All of the action takes place at 32 degrees. People will say you became successful overnight when you finally break through the plateau of latent potential. Mastery takes patience. The San Antonio Spurs are one of the most successful teams in NBA history. In their locker room, there's a quote from social reformer Jacob Riis that says, "When nothing seems to help, I go and watch a stonecutter hammering away at his rock, maybe 100 times, without even a crack showing. Still, it will break in half after the 101st blow, and I know it wasn't the last blow that did it, but all the others." The 4 laws of changing behavior. How to make better habits in 4 easy steps is the topic of Chapter 3. The habit loop is made up of these 4 steps, and the 4 laws of behavior change are based on them. They are cue, craving, response, reward. We see or hear something that makes us want to do something, we do it, and we get a prize, and then we repeat. Each of these 4 laws has its own part in the book, with well-organized subchapters that help us figure out how to put the advice into practice. For now, let's take a really quick look at how to build a habit. Say we want to meditate right when we wake up. Law number 1, make it obvious. Law number 1, make it obvious. You will make the cue clear by designing your environment. You could put the cushion you'll sit on in the way between your bed and the bathroom, so you'll trip over it on your way to the bathroom. That is obvious. Law number 2, make it attractive. Think about the studies that show the benefits you want, like a calm mind, etc. You can also combine it with something you really enjoy, like having a cup of tea or coffee after you meditate. Law number 3, make it easy. How to make it easiest? Simplify your routine so that you can do them in 2 minutes or less. Master the decisive moment is another goal. Optimize the small decisions that have big effects. Law number 4, make it satisfying. When you do your new habit, give yourself a prize right away. James also says that we shouldn't miss twice. Use a habit tracker, he suggests. Keep track of how long you've been doing the same thing and don't break the chain. Insert your desired behavior. Keep the 4 laws in mind. And do the opposite with things you want to throw away. Now it's up to you to reply. What's the most important good habit you want to make? Number 1 bad habit you'd like to break? If you get an idea, work it through the model for a minute. The holy goal of changing habits is not 1% improvement, but 1,000. It's a bunch of small habits that add up, and each one is a basic part of the whole. The key to getting results that last is to always try to make things better. What you can build up is amazing if you don't give up. Small habits don't add up, they compound. That's how atomic habits work. Small tweaks. Remarkable results. This is from the book's last chapter. When you give someone a single coin, it doesn't add up to much. Then you add one more, and one more. Eventually, that extra money will make the person rich. And the same is true of our habits. And we already know how powerful it is when things add up. Let's take a quick look at our chart. We're 20,751 times better on day 1,000 than we were on day 1. So, I say, let's have fun getting to 10 years and 3,650 days with 1% gain on our way to being a quadrillion times better than we are now. We've reached the end of the video. Thank you for staying with me and watching until the end. If you want to say something or share a thought, please do so in the comments section down below. Lastly, don't forget to like this video and share it with your family and friends.